What if I told you there's a land so massive it stretches across 11 time zones, touching Europe on one side and Asia on the other? A land where frozen tundras meet golden palaces, and where history has been written with fire, blood, and unshakable power. This is Russia. The story begins over 1,000 years ago with the rise of the Kievan Rus, an ancient confederation of Slavic tribes that laid the first foundations of Russian identity. But soon, the Mongol Empire thundered across the steppes, conquering its lands and forcing its people into submission. For centuries, Russia lived under the shadow of the Mongols, yet it never disappeared. Instead, it adapted, grew stronger, and waited for the moment to strike back. That moment came in the 15th and 16th centuries. Under the rule of Ivan III and later Ivan IV, known as Ivan the Terrible, Russia transformed from fractured lands into a centralized empire. Ivan crowned himself the first Tsar, declaring Russia the Third Rome, the last guardian of Orthodox Christianity. But his reign was filled with both expansion and terror, setting the tone for centuries of absolute power. Then came the Romanovs, a dynasty that would rule for more than 300 years. They built the glittering city of St. Petersburg, opened Russia to European influence, and expanded their empire across Siberia all the way to the Pacific. Yet beneath the grandeur, the peasants lived in hardship, and the seeds of revolution began to grow. By the 20th century, the empire was cracking. World War I pushed Russia to its breaking point, and in 1917, revolution erupted. The Tsars fell, and in their place rose the Soviet Union, a new experiment in power unlike anything the world had ever seen. Under Lenin and later Stalin, Russia became an industrial giant, but at the cost of millions of lives. From there, the Soviet Union emerged as one of the two global superpowers, racing America to the moon, spreading its influence across half the planet, and waging the Cold War that defined an entire century. Yet, in 1991, the empire collapsed once again, leaving Russia searching for its identity in a new world. And still, Russia endures. From medieval tribes to mighty czars, from revolutions to superpower status, its history is one of survival against impossible odds. Even today, its past echoes in its people, its cities, and its politics. Russia is not just a country, it is a force that has shaped the destiny of the world, and its story is far from over.